In 2012, a small 20-cent coin from South Africa quietly entered circulation. It was just another piece of change, something people used every day without even thinking about it. The coin passed from hand to hand in grocery stores, taxis, street markets, and small neighborhood shops. Most people never looked at it twice. It was simply worth 20 cents, nothing more, nothing less. Like millions of other coins produced that year, it was minted to serve a basic purpose. Currency must move quickly and efficiently through a country's economy, and coins like the 20-cent piece are part of that constant movement. They pay for small items, make up the difference in transactions, and sit forgotten in pockets or jars on kitchen shelves. But sometimes, hidden among ordinary coins, there are rare pieces that tell a different story. These coins may look almost identical to the regular versions, yet something small makes them unique. That difference can be a tiny detail in the design, a change in the metal composition, or a variation that occurred during the minting process. These details are often so subtle that most people never notice them. The 2012 20-cent coin from South Africa carries a familiar design. One side shows the national coat of arms, representing the country's identity and heritage. The other side displays the beautiful protea flower, one of South Africa's most recognizable national symbols. The protea is known for its striking appearance and strong connection to the country's natural landscape. For most coins, the design appears perfectly normal. The edges are smooth, the details are clear, and the images match the official standard used by the mint. These ordinary coins were produced in very large numbers, meaning millions of them entered circulation throughout the country. However, coin collectors began to notice something interesting when examining certain pieces from the 2012 production year. A small number of coins seemed slightly different. At first, the difference was easy to overlook. It might have appeared as a small shift in the design, a slightly stronger strike in some areas, or a faint doubling effect in certain details of the protea flower. Minting coins is a complex industrial process that involves extremely powerful machines striking metal blanks with engraved dies. These machines operate at very high speeds, producing thousands of coins in a short period of time. Because the process is so fast and mechanical, even the smallest adjustment or movement inside the machinery can create subtle variations. Sometimes a die becomes slightly misaligned. In other cases, pressure during the strike may vary for a brief moment. When this happens, the coin produced during that instant may look slightly different from the standard version. Most of the time, these small irregularities go unnoticed, but collectors are trained to look for exactly these kinds of differences. Over time, people within the coin collecting community began sharing photographs and discussions about the unusual 2012 20-cent coins. Online forums, collector groups, and auction watchers started comparing the details. The shape of the petals on the protea flower, the sharpness of the lettering, and the spacing around the rim were carefully studied. The more collectors examined these coins, the more they realized that a small group of them carried a distinct minting variation. Because only a limited number of coins were produced with this unusual feature, the discovery created excitement among collectors who specialize in rare and unusual currency. What makes coin collecting so fascinating is the idea that valuable items can sometimes hide in plain sight. A coin that looks ordinary at first glance might actually be rare if it contains the right combination of characteristics. For collectors, finding such a coin can feel like discovering a small treasure. Many people began searching through their spare change once they heard about the possibility of rare coins from that year. Some checked jars filled with coins that had been sitting in their homes for years. Others examined the coins they received in daily transactions. Most of the time they found nothing unusual, but the search itself added excitement to something as simple as checking loose change. The condition of a coin is extremely important when determining its value. Coins that have circulated heavily usually show signs of wear. The edges may be smooth, the details may appear faded, and small scratches can cover the surface. While these coins can still be interesting, collectors usually prefer examples that remain in excellent condition. A well-preserved coin shows sharp details and clear images. The lines in the design remain crisp, and the surfaces appear clean and bright. Coins that were stored carefully or entered circulation only briefly tend to maintain these qualities. When a rare minting variation appears on a coin that is also in excellent condition, collectors become especially interested. Such combinations are difficult to find because most coins spend years moving through everyday transactions before someone notices them. As awareness of the unusual 2012 20-cent coins continued to spread, collectors started watching auctions and private sales more closely. Sometimes a coin would appear online, and experts would carefully examine photographs to determine whether it displayed the rare characteristics. In the world of coin collecting, authentication and verification are extremely important. Experts compare suspected rare coins with known examples and official specifications. They measure weight, inspect details under magnification, and analyze the strike pattern created during minting. If a coin matches the characteristics of the rare variation, it may receive special attention from collectors. At that point, its value is no longer determined by the 20-cent denomination stamped on its surface. Instead, its worth depends on rarity, demand, and condition. Stories like this capture the imagination of collectors around the world. The idea that something small and ordinary might actually be rare encourages people to look more closely at the objects they use every day. Coins that once seemed unimportant suddenly become interesting pieces of history. South Africa has a rich and diverse coinage history, with many designs reflecting the country's culture, wildlife, and national symbols. The protea flower featured on the 20-cent coin is one of the most recognizable elements of that tradition. Its detailed petals and distinctive shape make it both beautiful and symbolic. Because the protea design contains many fine details, it also provides opportunities for subtle variations during minting. Slight changes in pressure or alignment can affect how the petals appear on the finished coin. For trained collectors, these differences can be clues that a coin belongs to a rare group. Some collectors specialize specifically in mint errors and variations. They carefully study coins from different years, searching for unusual features such as doubled images, off-center strikes, or unexpected design differences. These specialists often develop deep knowledge about the minting process and how small changes can produce rare coins. The excitement surrounding the 2012 20-cent coin grew as more collectors discussed the possibility that only a very small number of these variation coins exist. Because many coins from that year circulated heavily, finding one in excellent condition became even more challenging. Imagine receiving such a coin in your change without realizing its significance. It might have been used to buy a snack, pay for transportation, or sit unnoticed in a drawer for years. Yet hidden within its small metal surface could be a feature that collectors consider extremely rare. That possibility is what makes coin collecting such an engaging hobby. Every coin has a story connected to the moment it was created, the place it traveled, and the people who used it. Occasionally, a coin's story becomes even more interesting when a rare detail is discovered years later. As collectors continued studying the unusual 2012 coins, interest from private buyers and auction participants increased. Whenever a confirmed example appeared, it attracted attention from people hoping to add a rare piece to their collections. Competition among collectors can sometimes drive prices much higher than expected. When two or more determined buyers want the same rare coin, bidding may continue climbing until only one remains willing to pay the highest amount. Because the number of known variation coins appears to be extremely limited, collectors consider them highly desirable. Each confirmed example becomes an important piece within specialized collections focused on rare minting errors or unique variations. Experts often remind people that valuable coins can sometimes be found in everyday circulation. Although such discoveries are uncommon, they do happen. Someone might notice an unusual detail, compare it with known variations, and realize they have something special. That is why experienced collectors recommend taking a closer look at the coins you handle. Even the smallest denomination could contain a surprising feature. A tiny shift in the design or a subtle difference in the strike may transform an ordinary coin into something collectors seek. The story of the 2012 South African 20-cent coin demonstrates how a simple object can gain unexpected attention over time. What began as an ordinary piece of currency slowly became a topic of discussion among collectors who appreciate rare variations and minting anomalies. Today, interest in these coins continues to grow as more people learn about the possibility of rare examples still existing in circulation or hidden within old collections. Each time someone checks their spare change, there is a small sense of curiosity about what they might find. Most coins will remain exactly what they appear to be, ordinary money used for everyday purchases. Yet every now and then, one coin stands out because of a tiny difference created years earlier inside a minting machine. That small difference can transform a simple 20-cent coin into a highly sought-after collectible. And in rare cases, collectors and private buyers have suggested that an exceptional example of this unusual 2012 South African 20-cent coin could attract offers approaching $1 million.